intel sources to CNN-News18 and that we're bringing to our viewers. This is the Khalistani free run stuns the top intel sources. Now, what do we have here? First, the death to India call by Khalistani sympathizers. This is what we are receiving. There is a death to India call that has been propagated. Then we have the Khalistani terror groups out of control. This is the kind of situation we see in Canada right now. Khalistani terror groups clearly seem to be out of control right now. The Khalistani group terms Indian missions as terror houses. This is the situation right now wherein Indian missions are being called terror houses and wants Indian missions in Canada to shut down. We have seen even in the past that there have been a lot of instances where Indian missions diplomats have been the victims of, have been at the receiving end of attacks of various kinds in Canada, protests of various kinds in Canada. We have Abhishek joining us back. Abhishek, so if we just go into the situation right now in Canada, you know, when Justin Trudeau was in India and he had addressed a press conference as well, he had said that, you know, how he focuses on protecting their expression of speech, freedom of expression of speech, and speech. But right now, even back then, the foreign ministry as well as the prime minister had warned about the kind of situation, the kind of circumstances that have been building around the kind of threat to Indian diplomats in Canada. And then these are the updates we are getting. How are we looking at this situation right now?
You see, the Khalistan in Canada, they have been there since the kind of heinous crime they did while bombing Air India flight Kanishka in 80s. Then there were long, legal processes that happened. So many of convicts were, they were acquitted. In the recent past also, we have seen Justin Trudeau has been kind of sheltering and if not supporting, then at least not taking any action against these perpetrators of Khalistani terrorism in Canada. There have been regular threats coming from that section to the Indian diplomats, to Indian communities living in. We have seen so many instances of simple defacing in Canada, so many examples where Mahatma Gandhi's statue was desecrated, and that was all in a way trying to establish the fact that there is a huge sentiment that is anti-India, that doesn't want Indian community to live in harmony in Canada, and the Justin Trudeau government had allowed that to happen. Also, with the kind of allegation that now Justin Trudeau government has put against India, the same extremist and violent elements of Khalistani terror groups, they will get emboldened, they will come out in more open, and they will cause more threat and intimidation to the Indian officials, Indian community members in Canada, because now they have some sort of confidence that the government is trying to protect a terrorist or the killer of a terrorist in Canada, while not considering the fact that the same terrorist group or the people for whom Justin Trudeau has shown his concern, they were calling about the secessionist forces. They were talking about India's sovereignty being violated. They were talking about annexation of Punjab as a Khalistan. So the whole movement of Khalistan is a secessionist movement against India, and this is something that the Justin Trudeau government has allowed to operate on its soil. And with the latest allegations, they are going to be more emboldened, more confident, and they will be clearly out of the clutches of the Canadian government right now.
Right.